For most of us, this may or may not be a rare sight. Diasporan volunteers donning dust masks, plastering walls, helping build and renovate another home in another Armenian village. But here's what makes this Fuller Center for Housing construction project different. It's being dedicated to the memory of a young diasporan couple killed in a car crash on their way to Tbilisi in May.
We did not know Sose and Alan, but we have been so touched and so devastated by their loss that we wanted to put their name on a home where there will be a happy family and there will be love and there will be a future.
California natives Alan Yekikian and his bride Sose Thomassian got married in Armenia last August, and they moved to Yerevan earlier this year.
They did what a lot of us only talk about or only dream about, and they did it with love, they did it with joy, and they did it out of complete sincerity and a genuine desire to be here.
Sose's brother Vace met with volunteers today in the Manukyan home in the village of Irind, 25 miles west of Yerevan. He told them his sister and brother-in-law moved to Armenia because they wanted to be part of the generation that brings change and prosperity to the homeland.
They did that because they wanted to show by example to our generation that this kind of real connection with Armenia is possible, that living here is possible without any sort of sacrifice. It wasn't about sacrifice, it was about life, it was about living.
In addition to the Manukyan house being built and dedicated to the memory of Alan and Sose, Fuller House has done 250 similar projects all around Armenia thanks to the volunteer efforts of folks from the US and other parts of the world.
We have a lot of young people and old people, old-timers like me and youngsters, and it makes for a great mix. And there are 2 non-Armenians in the group that came from North Carolina. The rest of them are not only Armenian, most of them speak Armenian, which is unusual for one of my groups.
Leo Manuelian is a civil engineer from New Jersey, and he has led 10 teams of volunteers from the U.S. He has put his own wife to work over the past 4 years, and she shares his passion.
And in order for me to have a homeland to visit, I need to help them so they can stay here. And the more homes we build, the more people get to stay.
Also spending their summer break helping the Manukyans this year are the Beylerian sisters. They say they're following their grandparents' footsteps.
We really love it here and love talking to the people and seeing how happy they are that we've come to help them.
Our heart is behind it and it just keeps driving us. I mean, we're doing it for the good of the people, so.
Economically disadvantaged villagers with dire housing needs are asked to apply for no-interest mortgages from the Fuller Center for Housing. If they meet criteria like willingness to work with volunteer builders, and to pay back the average $11,000 loans at a $30 a month rate, that's when the work begins.
We have specialists who are helping them, construction managers, and then we invite volunteers and donors to join us. When the house is completed, the families are paying back the mortgages every month. It's going to revolving fund and helping new families to build their houses.
Fuller also partners with other nonprofits and provides livestock to the villagers. Fuller also helps villagers produce their own crops. Their mission is to develop communities by building homes like the Manukyans. A home that volunteers say is sending a message to the diaspora that Alan and Sose will not be forgotten.
We as volunteers coming from so many different places from so far to Armenia to work and build homes, we understand the kind of dedication, commitment, and sacrifice that Sose and Alan made when they decided to come here to live in Armenia. And today is our day to pay our respects to them and to celebrate the lives that they led here in Armenia. The short time that they were able to be here.
Paul Chadurjan, Azad Kevorkian, Seta Grigorian, CivilNet.